Like the best of us, celebrities aren't immune to a heavy dose of bad luck. Believe it or not, a slew of A-listers have had to bid farewell to their dream homes. Whether it was a result of a relationship breakdown, financial hardship, natural disaster, or any other horrendous scenario life has thrown at them, let's go ahead and take a look at celebrities who lost their dream home. Up first, we go to Madonna's English stately home. Madonna is said to have handed over around $72 million in assets to her estranged husband, Guy Ritchie, after the couple thrashed out of the terms of their divorce back in 2008. As a part of the settlement, the superstar singer, actress, and director relinquished Ashcombe House, the historic home in the English countryside that she shared with her ex. The couple bagged the Wiltshire Manor in 2001, paying $11.2 million for the property. The six-bedroom house, which dates back to 1686, but was largely rebuilt during the Georgian era, sits on almost 1,200 acres of land, and it's considered one of England's finest sporting estates. The mansion was rented by society photographer Cecil Beaton during the 1930s and 1940s and hosted guests including Salvador Dali and more. Ritchie continues to live on the estate, and his current wife, model Jackie Ainsley, regularly posts pictures on Instagram of the idyllic property. This shot shows the drawing room, which is steeped in history and features a beautiful marble fireplace and a sparkling crystal chandelier. There's also a separate studio on the estate with 7 bedrooms, a games room, a wine cellar, and even an indoor and outdoor dining area. On top of losing the historic home, Madonna gave up the Mayfair pub, the Punch Bowl, that the pair owned, and provided Ritchie with the means to buy luxury homes in London and New York. Up next, we go to MC Hammer's San Francisco mansion. The 1990s hip-hop star, who was famous for his non-stop spending, as he was for his famous pants and the Running Man dance, MC Hammer squandered his $70 million fortune within the space of only a few years. In 1991, the You Can't Touch This rapper built a spectacular 6-bedroom mansion in the Fremont Hills overlooking San Francisco Bay. The flashy recording artist plowed millions into the property, which was equipped with every luxe feature imaginable. These included 2 swimming pools, one of which is shaped like the rapper's famous pants, 2 saunas, a bowling alley, a basketball court, and a 17-car garage. The decor was suitably extravagant, and the hip-hop legend filled the glitzy rooms with everything from marble statues of himself to a gold hot tub priced at $70,000. His spending was way out of control, and the rapper had a staff of 200 and dropped millions on supercars, racehorses, 2 helicopters, a private jet, and more. The party was most definitely over by 1996. Completely broke, Hammer filed for bankruptcy with debts of nearly $14 million, and he had to give up his beloved trophy mansion. It was sold in 1997 to a TV producer from Singapore for a significantly less $5.3 million, which was about half the price of what it was worth then. Up next, we go to Nicolas Cage's Bel Air mansion. Oscar-winning actor Nicolas Cage fell on hard times in 2009, despite earning $40 million that year. The spendthrift star was living well beyond his means and had reportedly required 15 luxury homes, including a storied Tudor-style mansion in LA's Bel Air neighborhood that he snapped up in 1998 for $6.5 million. According to the LA Times, Cage ended up owing a whopping $18 million on the 6-bedroom, 9-bathroom property. Drowning in debt, which included a $14 million outstanding tax bill, the property went into foreclosure. The former home of the stars Dean Martin and Tom Jones, the Bel Air mansion's interiors had been given an over-the-top makeover by Cage, which a local realtor described as a frat house. The rooms were painted in garish hues and boasted out-there touches such as sconces modeled from a cast of Cage's arm, a bright red dragon sculpture, an electric train that chugged around the breakfast room, and hundreds of framed comic posters. Needless to say, the exuberant decor clearly put off prospective buyers. When the house finally came up for auction in November of 2010, it went under the hammer for $10.5 million, well short of the $35 million the home was previously listed at. Making matters even worse, the Hollywood actor saw several of his other homes repossessed around this time. Up next, we go to Melanie Griffith and Antonio Banderas' LA estate. Tinseltown power couple Melanie Griffith and Antonio Banderas announced the end of their 18-year marriage in 2014, and the divorce was done and dusted the following year. Before parting ways, the A-list pair said goodbye to their love nest, the sprawling Eisner estate in LA's Hancock Park neighborhood. Designed by renowned architect Gordon Kaufman, the property was built in 1925. Given neither party wanted to hang on to the 15,000 square foot mansion, which features 7 bedrooms and 7.5 bathrooms, the couple opted to let it go. Having purchased the estate in 1999, 1999 for $4.2 million. Griffith and Banderas decorated the mansion lavishly in keeping with its Italian revival style. As you can see from this shot of the medieval-styled Gallard banquet hall, the pair plumped for decadent fixtures and furnishings to complement the room's grandeur. Think shaded chandeliers, lush leather sofas and chairs, richly patterned carpets, and sumptuous velvet curtains. Other highlights of the home include the paneled library, glam primary suite, state-of-the-art recording studio, and a gorgeous pool. The property's many selling points soon attracted two willing buyers, former U.S. Ambassador to the Bahamas, Nicole Avant, and her husband, Netflix executive Ted Sarandos, who paid $15.9 million for it, while a shade below the asking price of $16.1 million. The sale nonetheless smashed local records. Up next, we have Reynolds and Scarlette Johansson's mansion. A jewel by celebrated architecture firm Buff and Hensman, the so-called Wong House in LA's Los Feliz Hills was the home of Reynolds and Scarlette Johansson shortly before their marriage hit the rocks. The pair bought the 1960s era property in 2010 for $2.9 million, and went on to pull off a meticulous renovation and eco-refurb of the mid-century modern manse. At last, the couple separated mere months after they acquired their dream home, and divorced in 2011. As a part of the division of their assets, the duo's 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom LA property went on the market in 2012, a year after the split was finalized, with an asking price of $3.7 million. Spanning 3,000 square foot, the pared-down mansion is a masterclass in restrained mid-century modern design. In addition to the 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, it features a living room, a library, a den, and a dining room with fabulous floor-to-ceiling windows, not to mention an oversized swimming pool set with a manicured hilltop garden. The property is also privately gated and kitted out with CCTV security systems. They eventually attracted some serious buyers, and the home was sold not too long after it was listed for $3.5 million. Up next, we go to Miley, Cyrus, and Liam Hemsworth's Malibu homes. When a natural disaster strikes, even the wealthiest celebrities can lose their homes, as one-time couple Liam Hemsworth and Miley Cyrus discovered in November of 2018, when their neighboring Malibu mansions fell victim to the Woolsey wildfires that swept through the star-studded SoCal beach city. According to the Variety, the Wrecking Ball hitmaker purchased her 4-bedroom, 3.5-bathroom ranch-style residence in 2016 for $2.5 million. Located in a super secured gated community, the contemporary house, which was painted in a fetching turquoise hue, must have seemed as safe as it could be for Miley Cyrus. The former couple reportedly used the property as a guest house and studio, and were living at Liam's neighboring $6.8 million property when the blaze approached and they were forced to evacuate. Miley's pad boasted an open concept of living space, characterful beam ceilings, and a calming garden. Though unusually for a celebrity home in LA, the ranch-inspired house lacked a swimming pool, although Liam's property did have one. Fortunately, the duo managed to save their pets, but their properties weren't quite so lucky. When the former couple returned to their homes, once the flames had died down, they were met with a scene of devastation. Little more than a shell remained of what was once their Malibu escape, which the couple had a few words to describe it as "it's been a heartbreaking few days." The couple also donated $500,000 to help others affected by the fire. Liam sold on his fire-ravaged home in 2019 for $3.6 million, while Miley went on to sell hers in January of 2020 for $1.7 million, just days before finalizing her divorce from Liam. Up next, we go to Robin Thicke and April Love Geary's wooden home. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth weren't the only stars affected by the Woolsey wildfires. In fact, a shocking number of celebrity homes went up in smoke, including the mansion Robin Thicke shared with his then-pregnant girlfriend, April Love Geary. The Blurred Lines singer splurged just under $2.5 million on the estate back in 2015. Totaling an impressive 2,500 square feet, the mid-century modern post and beam main house had 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and rocked an indoor/outdoor feel, though its extensive grounds and location close to the beach no doubt provided some consolation. The kitchen and the living space was airy and an open plan with plenty of rustic beams, hardwood flooring, extra-large windows that bathed the interiors, and plenty of light. The mansion had 2 fireplaces, a cutting-edge surround sound system, and other desirable features, while the grounds housed a stable, tack room, and a full-sized riding area. The inferno absolutely ravaged the couple's home, which was more or less burned to the ground. Only smoldering ruins remained. The pair was devastated, but thankful they got out in time. Other celebrities who lost their homes in the Woolsey wildfires include Gerald Butler, Shannon Doherty, and Neil Young. Up next, we go to Toni Braxton's Nevada and Georgia homes. Singer Toni Braxton has been plagued with financial difficulties throughout much of her later career and has filed for bankruptcy not just once but twice. The Unbreak My Heart singer had a particularly heartbreaking time during the early 2010s, losing 2 of her prized homes. Despite having a secured lucrative reality show deal, Braxton was unable to hold on to her home in Nevada, which was lost to foreclosure in 2010. The Grammy Award-winning recording artist tried her best to keep her 6-bedroom, 6-bathroom pad in Duluth, Georgia as well, but to no avail. Braxton took a $1.5 million mortgage out on her property in 2004, but missed a number of repayments. Besides the 6 bedrooms and bathrooms, the mansion features a chef's kitchen, a library, and a hot tub, and sits on over an acre of land. The bank didn't look too kindly on the mortgage defaults and seized the property in 2012. A year after, Braxton filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy for the second time. It was then listed for $1.1 million. Despite losing her Georgia mansion, the story has a happy ending. The chart-topping star emerged from bankruptcy and purchased a fabulous estate in Calabasas, California in 2014. Braxton went on to sell the property in 2016, making a tidy profit, and is now estimated to be worth a very respectable $3 million. Up next, we have David Cassidy's Florida mansion. The late star David Cassidy was also driven to the edge of bankruptcy. The 1970s teen heartthrob was unable to save his mansion in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, when he went broke in 2015 and blamed his atrocious personal finances on poor health, coupled with a lot of bad investments, and also the collapse of his marriage. The Partridge Family star and Celebrity Apprentice contestant was forced to sell up. Dubbed Casa de Mayan, the 6-bedroom mansion impresses with a decent array of celebrity-worthy features, 2 roomy primary suites, a swimming pool, and a hot tub, not to mention an exercise room and even an automatic boat lift. The property was bought by couple Thomas White and Scott Wakens for $1.9 million. The pair refreshed the house, but were careful to retain furniture that belonged to Cassidy, along with some memorabilia pieces, including a collection of pillows emblazoned with the Cassidy family crest. The duo put the house on the market in 2018 with an asking price of $3.9 million, almost double what they paid for it just 2 years prior. As for its unlucky former owner, Cassidy sadly passed away in 2017, effectively dying after blowing through his once sizable personal fortune. Up next, we have Richard Branson's house on Necker Island. Richard Branson bought Necker Island in the Caribbean for a bargain $120,000 way back in 1979 and made the island his permanent residence not too long after. As well as constructing an uber-exclusive private resort, the billionaire tycoon built the Great House, an 11-bedroom Balinese-style home. Perched on a high hill in a prime position on the Paradise Island, the indoor-outdoor property, which was constructed with local stone and Brazilian hardwood, was simply divine. Each one of the bedrooms benefited from an open wall, providing the most amazing 360-degree views of the glittering ocean. Branson packed up his home with bamboo furniture, textiles, and artworks imported from Bali, not to mention some Asian antiques, Indian rugs, and other treasures from around the world. Over the years, this home has catered a bunch of famous guests, from Princess Diana and Nelson Mandela to Mariah Carey. It's not all been fun and games though, far from it. Branson actually lost his dream home twice. The Great House was gutted in 2011 by a fire that was sparkled by the lightning during a tropical storm Irene. It was then pretty much flattened by Hurricane Irma, which battered Necker Island in September of 2017. Following both disasters, the property was rebuilt at a great cost, so here's to hoping it can get through the next few years without suffering any major events. Alright everyone, I think that's going to wrap this video up. Like I mentioned in the beginning, follow all my social media, and also 50% of the people who watch me don't subscribe, so just if you're watching, just click the subscribe button. It's free, it means a lot. And then an alternative option would be to become a member, which costs a couple dollars, but then, you know, I'll be calling you guys, FaceTiming you guys, you get cool badges, you get exclusive videos. I'll be making videos that I can't show, like public channel, so you guys get a ton of cool features and by clicking here and becoming a member. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you guys. Thank you for the constant support. Feel free to share this video on anything, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.